Hi everyone, this is Sam from Healthy Hints, and today I will be bringing you a sequence for flexibility. This sequence will be focusing on lengthening and opening up the hamstrings and hip flexors to help you get into the splits comfortably. So grab a blanket, 2 blocks, a strap, and get on your mat. Let's get started. Start with a strap and lay down on your back. Bring the right leg up, place the strap around the ball of the foot. Straighten the leg to, it doesn't have to be 90 degrees, but to where your hamstring is comfortable, and flex your left foot. Press up into the strap to help lengthen those hamstrings. We'll switch sides. Place your left foot in the strap. Right leg goes nice and long. Press the ball of the foot up into that strap. Again, your leg does not have to be straight 90 degrees. Go as far as your hamstring will let you, but don't pass 90 degrees towards your face. Bend the knee and come on up. You can get rid of the strap now. And come on over onto hands and knees into a tabletop position. Hands are underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Lift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Draw your stomach in. Get comfortable. And then lift your right leg up. Bring it to the outside of your hands into a lizard lunge. Press those hips forward. If you want, you can bring your hands down and rest on your forearms. You'll feel that stretch in the outer hip as well as the hip flexor on the back leg. You are also welcome to lower the back knee to intensify the stretch. Walk your hands back up and straighten your leg this time. Hands on either side of the leg. Flex the foot. Bring your head down if you can. If this is too far for you, you can bring blocks underneath your hands. We're just doing half splits to get the hamstrings to loosen up. Hinge forward. Slide that right foot back into downward facing dog again. And then bring the left leg up. Bring it to the outside of the hands. A lizard lunge on this side. And you can always bring your elbows down, or you can use blocks, depending on how tight you are. And you can lower the back knee down. Sink into those hips. This lizard pose will help you in the splits, help lengthen out the inner thighs and the hip flexors. Hinge back, straighten that leg, flex the toes, curl the toes back towards your face, and forward fold over your leg. Forward again. Bring that foot back, lift up into downward facing dog. Stretch out those hamstrings. Lift that right leg up and then bring it in between the hands this time. Keep that back leg nice and strong. Bring your right hand to the knee, then the left hand. If you want, you can lift the left arm up and then the right arm up. Arch back, lifting your chest, crescent pose. If your balance is shaky, you are more than welcome to keep your hands down at the knee. Back into downward facing dog. Lift the left leg up. Bring it forward in between the hands. And then bring the left hand to the knee, right hand to the knee. And if you want, right and left arm can go up, all depending on your balance. Keep that back leg nice and strong. So you're stretching out that hip flexor and arching up and back. Hinge forward, slide the left foot back, downward facing dog. Walk, step, or jump to standing. And then grab both of your blocks. Have your feet be hip width distance apart, as well as your blocks in front of your toes. Hinge at your hips and bring your hands right underneath your shoulders on the blocks at any level. Shift your weight into your toes so it feels like you're falling forward. Really lifting the tailbone up. Bring the blocks to any level that is comfortable to you. And then slowly come all the way up to standing. Grab just one block now and turn long ways on your mat, taking a nice wide stance. Turn your left toes in, right toes out. Right arm reaches up above as you hinge forward on those hips. Legs stay straight. We're going into triangle pose. Lifting that left arm up. You can lower the block down to whatever level is comfortable to you. Make sure your legs are straight and your sides are long. Coming back up, we'll switch sides. Right toes in, left toes out. Block is in the left hand now as you reach up and forward fold over those legs. Hand comes underneath the shoulder. Right arm comes all the way up to the sky. Coming all the way up to standing. Point the toes forward. You can get rid of the block. Hinge forward at your hips, wide-legged forward fold. Bring your hands down underneath your shoulders. You can grab your ankles or grab your big toes. Forward fold as far as you can. You are also welcome to use blocks underneath your hands. And make sure your weight is in your toes, so that your hips, knees, and ankles are stacked on top of each other. And then slowly come all the way up to standing. Grab your blanket now. We are going to move into Janu Shirshasana, which is a seated one-legged forward fold. Right leg will go forward, left leg tucks underneath. Flex the right foot as you reach up overhead and hinge over your hips. Holding your foot, your ankle, or holding blocks, forward fold over. The blanket helps give you a lift to help move your hamstrings up and back to help you get deeper into this forward fold. As we switch sides, make sure you keep your left foot flexed, sitting up nice and tall and hinging at your hips rather than your low back. Forward folding over your leg. Coming on up. Keep your blanket there and grab both of your blocks. Again, depending on your flexibility, you may need more blankets for the splits. I'm folding mine in half because I need a little bit more help. As I bring my right leg forward, I'm going to sit my hips down on the blanket, hands stay on the block. Flex your right foot and try to square your hips forward as best as you can and sit up nice and tall. Slowly and gently bring yourself out of the pose. Readjust your blanket if you kicked it like I did. And then bring your left foot forward. Flex the foot, sit up nice and tall. Sink into that blanket. Try to square those hips forward. It's the hardest part in the splits. Slowly bring that leg back. Take your time. It's hard sitting in the splits for a while. Move all of your props aside. Just hold the block, lay down on your back, lift your hips up, and place your hips on the block at any level that is comfortable to you. This is good for after a lot of forward folds. The sacrum likes to pop back out a bit, so we need to counter pose with a bridge to help push the sacrum back in. If you feel a pop, don't be alarmed, it's just going back in. And then remove the block, lower the hips, hug the knees into the chest. Right arm holds the knees, left arm goes out to the side in a gentle recline twist. And then switching sides. Coming back to center, extending the legs out nice and long. Hands come down by the side, palms face up, and rest into Shavasana. Closing the eyes and relaxing everything down into the ground. Start to wiggle fingers and toes and gently rocking the head from side to side and bending a knee at a time. Rolling over to your right for a couple breaths. And then when you're ready, come on up to a seated position. Hands come to the heart, thumbs lift the chest and bow the head. Namaste. Thanks everyone for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.